Hey, it's September 2nd, and only one DVD here to show you. That's Kaze No Stigma Volume 2. Which is quite unfortunate. It's now a very lonely DVD. Other DVDs released this week. First off, it's worthwhile to mention Freedom DVD 2, which I also ordered, but it looks like that one's getting slowed down because I ordered that with Freedom DVD 1. You may recall that a couple months ago when Freedom DVD 1 came out, they were also offering a complete collection that was being put on hold. Well, it looks like Amazon has decided to give up on that complete collection, and so I went ahead and bought DVD 1 and 2. Hopefully those arrive later this week. But the other releases this week are things I already have. The Wallflower Complete Collection, School Rumble First and Second Semester, Fate's Stay Night, His and Her Circumstances, and Oh My God, It's Complete Collection DVDs 1 through 6. So yeah, very empty week. But this gives me a chance to really catch up on a lot of stuff that I haven't finished watching. After that, there would only really be this to mention, which is Rune Factory Frontier, which I haven't really played a whole lot of yet, but it's basically just a Harvest Moon game with swords. But in the interest of doing something interesting again, I decided to start talking about Pokemon. Now, to begin with, this story begins back when Red and Blue came out. I played Red and Blue a bit, and a little bit of Yellow. But back then, the rule in our household was no Nintendo in the house. So, we didn't have Game Boys, we didn't have Game Boy Advances. We completely missed out on everything, only having ever played Red and Blue. That's when I got my job and I could buy my own stuff. Now, the Nintendo rule had long since been already overturned, but, I still bought my own DS because I had money. I had a job. That was fucking awesome. Remembering just how fun Red and Blue were, I was really excited to hear about upcoming Pokemon games for the DS, since I was buying a lot of stuff for the DS anyways. And as you can see here, I went ahead and bought them. Both of them. Maybe that's not a surprise. I seem to have money to burn, right? You're like, hey, I probably could have bought a house with the kind of money I've spent on anime. Okay, maybe not that bad, but anyways, Diamond was my main game. Well, I guess I don't know how much time, but I eventually reached a point where Diamond was starting to get full. He had a lot of Pokemon in order to complete his Pokédex. Those Pokemon sitting around for breeding, of course. And I was IV breeding and EV training Pokemon, so I really needed a game to store them in. Pearl had been planned to be a game I would reset just to get whatever items I needed however many times and whatnot. But at that point, it was obvious that I needed another pair of Diamond and Pearl. That way, one Pearl could be devoted to storage, and then I had a Diamond and a Pearl that I could reset and play through, so I can play Diamond and Pearl whenever the hell I want to. I no longer have to worry about the fact that only Pearl was resettable and I can only get Palkia over and over. Now I can get both Dialga and Palkia, as well as the specific items. Coolness. Not too much. Oh, and naturally, when you're doing a lot of trading between games, you get yourself a second DS. It's only natural. Funny story of that pink one. My brother wanted a black one for his birthday. He said he didn't care about the color as long as it wasn't pink. So, what I did was I bought him the black one, but then I bought him that pink one. Then I took his black one, put it in the pink box, and gave that to him for his birthday. It was real funny. Let me see. If you're familiar with the Wii release, you may know that My Pokemon Ranch came out. If you upload 1,000 Pokemon to it, actually technically 999, and then an egg, the next day, I guess, you can trade that egg for a Mew. And that's just a good way to get Mew. I didn't have any Mews at the time. So, naturally, I was really interested in getting that Mew. And because of his versatility, I was interested in getting multiple Mews. Well, it turns out each game can only hold comfortably about 500 Pokemon. The resettable games obviously can't hold them. I needed one game to have Pokemon for battling, breeding, another one for random storage. But it became obvious to me that in order to be truly eccentric, I needed to buy a completely another pair of Diamond and Pearl. Specifically, so that I could have each game hold 500 Pokemon. Initially, it was almost all Magikarps, and that was real hilarious. There were 1,000 Magikarp in my ranch. Unfortunately, I've been taking on other projects with them, specifically around completing a living Pokédex, where the game literally has one of each of the 493 Pokemon, and a bit more than that, where I have different forms for each one as well. But that project's still ongoing. I think it's just missing a couple of harder to get legendaries at the moment, but whenever I complete those projects, I'll probably upload YouTube videos of the ranch at that moment. To finish up Diamond and Pearl, I have Japanese versions of them. The reasons for this are actually related to the reason why I have the orange Japanese GameCube, but I'll cover that in a later video. Obviously, you got 4 of each Diamond and Pearl, so when Platinum came out, naturally I got 4. So you can see, 1 Japanese, and then 3 English. Nice and straightforward, if not super eccentric and making somebody out there hate me for some reason. Oh, and then once you have this many games, it only makes sense to get a 3rd DS, just because you need so many shuffling around, right? And, of course, I had to be more eccentric than that and get a 4th one. I don't really know why. Well, I guess partly because I could use this, this sticker that's my brother brought back from Japan, as well as this case for it. Nifty stuff. I already mentioned that I have my Pokemon Ranch. There's also Pokemon Battle Revolution. It's only natural. And to finish up this DS portion of this Pokemon review, there's well, this is the DS and Wii part, basically the 4th gen stuff. You can see I have these 2 Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. And to be honest, I've not played those at all. Anyways, last but not least, Pokemon Ranger, which this one is, of course, Pokemon Ranger 2, which I haven't played, and I probably really should have to get the stuff it unlocks. But I didn't need it, I guess. The other 3 are the first one. Now, if you're familiar with it, you can get Manaphy from this. This one as well, but even if you delete the save data, it doesn't delete the data that says you already got Manaphy. So that's why I've got 3 of these. These 2 I've already played and gotten the Manaphy's from. This one, he still has his plastic. He's never been played, so I could get a 4th Manaphy if necessary. Alright. Oh. Now, I pointed out all of those Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum games. What I didn't mention was that I actually don't keep them in those cases. I keep them in these. That's pretty cool. As you can see, I've got 1 of each marked as M. These are never reset. They're for storing Pokemon or using the game for what it's best used for. For example, Platinum has move tutors. Pearl is storage, and Diamond is my main. I got resettable versions of all 3, as you can see, by the R's I wrote on these. These all have NPR written on them for my Pokemon Ranch. And even though I only need 2 to get Mew, hopefully Nintendo will do the Pokemon Platinum update for Ranch here in the US, so I can store all 1,500. And then the Japanese versions. On to the 3rd gen stuff.